Carol Mikowski here. Yesterday I spoke about achievement and finding our place and owning that place in order to actually get there, be there, and stay there. And I said today I would talk about the how to do that. There's a little breeze here, and I don't know why, but the breeze loves to make my hair stand up on end, so whatever. All right, so there are 4 points that I want to look at here in this regard. And the first is assessing and changing as necessary. You know that old saying about a missile never goes straight to its destination. It's off course most of the time and has to keep adjusting and tweaking along the way in order to reach its destination. So we have to take a look at how we're doing. Are we moving towards where we want to be? Are we staying where we are if we did reach that point so far? If not, if we're falling off or if we seem to be veering off, then we need to be aware, make the necessary changes, make the necessary tweaks. So, awareness. Awareness is going to play a big part in this, as you'll see. The second point that I want to make, excuse me, is that we need to make a conscious effort to grab onto our personal power place and make ourselves bigger. Now, that's not always easy. You say, yeah, all right, how is that done? So I'm going to address that again in a couple of minutes. But that is something that we have to do. We have to realize that we are powerful people and claim that power, grab onto that power. And as I said, I'm going to come back to that in a minute. The third point is that we need to commit to listening. So instead of blabbing all the time and putting out our stuff, whatever it might be, take a few minutes and listen. Listen to the people that we're talking to. Listen to the trends. Listen to what's going on. By listening to someone, makes them feel safer with us, and people are attracted to safety. So if you create a nice, safe place, people will be more likely to be attracted and to open up to us. And the fourth point is going to go back to that second one about claiming our power. And that is to allow ourselves to be real and vulnerable. Yeah, that's scary sometimes. And we all talk about the fear that brings out because it moves us out of our comfort zone, etc., etc. And I've heard people say that it's necessary to undress our fear. And, you know, that's fine if we have the time to do that, if we're in counseling with someone, whatever. But I just heard something this morning that made a lot more sense to me, and I think it hastens the process, and that is if instead of examining our fear so much, if we switched our fear, changed our fear, and instead of being afraid of what we're doing, what if we started being afraid of not doing what we need to do? You've heard that expression that the cemetery is full of riches because everybody's ideas and dreams die and end up in the cemetery. Well, if we switch our fear to not doing what we need to do in order to claim that place, to own that place, to achieve our dreams, that really is the scary part. And think about, do you want to be in the same place next year or even this year as we were last year? I don't. I want to move on. I want to be farther ahead. So, yeah, I can relate to that. I can see that it is scary to think about being in the same place year after year after year. Those bugs are still around. So, those are my points. Number one, assess and tweak as necessary as we move along toward our goal, toward that place that we want. Make a conscious effort to grab onto our power and realize and acknowledge the power that we do have. Commit to creating a safe place for others by listening. And finally, allow ourselves to be real and vulnerable. And if that means acknowledging fear, then switch that fear to, what if we don't? Instead of what if we do? Okay. Actually, I'm going to do a blog on this probably over the weekend, over the next couple of days. So if you're interested, you can look for it. Our blog is ellieandcarol.com. And in the meantime, jump on our newsletter, 2womenandalaptop.com. Okay, I'll see you next time around. Bye-bye.